Justin, how's your foot feeling?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Feeling good, yeah.
There were no residual effects or anything after the game the past couple days?
I mean, it was just swollen for a couple of days, but bleeding a little bit, but it's fine.
When you talked about the shoulder, your left shoulder after the Bills game, I think it was the first time it come up in a while, at least in our conversations. How much has that affected you? What has been the lingering effect of it?
Hasn't affected me much. I mean, throwing wise, I felt fine, after the incident happened. I think the biggest thing with it is just sprinting full speed and being able to use that arm to produce more power with running. So, but other than that, it's been fine.
Is it always in pain? To some degree?
It just depends. Like that play on the sideline, it just aggravated it a little bit. So, but usually, during the games, it's no pain.
I think it was the Atlanta game was the first time, at least you talked about the mesh charge that defenses were doing to try to limit you. I don't know if other teams have been doing that before, but I just remember that was the first time we heard about it.
Yeah.
Come up again. Are you seeing it a lot, and what are the challenges that's posing for you guys?
Not seeing it too much. We might have seen it a few times after that, but not really any challenges. Like I said, in that sort of read option play, it's just the DN has one option or two options, either to take me or the running back. So if he takes me, like I said on Sunday after the game, my job is just to take him with me and have the back work. So yeah.
You feel that defenses are approaching the threat of you scrambling differently, not like read options or?
Yeah, for sure. Depending on how they look at their backers, how athletic they think they are. The Eagles, they spied me with a nickel with the defensive back. So just depending on who they have. Last game, the Bills, they spied me with their Mike Edmonds. So I think it just depends on how their defensive coordinator looks at their players and if he trusts them to be able to tackle me one-on-one in field. Yeah, I mean, it's important. Every time we play, the running game opens up everything else. So definitely want to have a rushing attack each and every game. So it's important, and the guys this week are going to work hard at it, and hopefully we get it going this Sunday.
In addition to victories, what would you define as sort of a successful finish these last 2 weeks of the season for the offense and what you guys are able to do?
Just improvement in the things that we need to work on, and really just playing mistake-free ball and finishing in certain situations. 2-minute executing in the goal zone, and Coach talked today about sudden change when the defense might get a takeaway. The offense has to get on the field and score 7. So just small situations like that.
What did you take away from the first game against the Lions defense that can help this game?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely play with the high motor. I think just their whole culture over there is just, playing hard, playing tough. So, they're good players over there. They play hard, play tough. So, should be a good matchup, this week.
How beneficial do you think it is? I mean, you've already seen a division opponent twice in Green Bay, and you'll get the chance with Detroit and then Minnesota to end the season. To be able to gauge yourself and your progress on what happened the first time around versus the second time.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to, go back to game one and see, what they did well against us, what they think, is going to work against us, and, just try to find answers for that. So just the stuff that they did in the first game with, the coverages, the pressures that they brought, the stuff that ended up working for them, they're most likely going to, come back and try to do the same thing. So just finding, answers for that stuff.
What do you remember about Hutchinson in the first game?
I mean, he's a good player. I think earlier in the year, he was, raw rookie, but, now he's starting to figure it out a little bit. So I think he's definitely improved from, week to week. So he's a good player, plays with a high motor, and, he's a key player for that defense for sure.
Can you say anything complimentary about a Michigan guy?
No, not really. I mean, I'm going to give credit where it's due. So, yeah.
Justin, you've played 26 games in your career. Do you feel like you've been through a lot during that time?
I feel like I have. I feel like I have, a lot of stuff, but, it is what it is, and, just going to deal with it as it comes and, make the best out of, the opportunities that I do have.
You had everything that happened in your rookie season. This year there's been a lot of more personnel things, guys in and out on the offensive line, injuries, things like that. I mean, it should be it'd be better if everything went perfectly all the time, but do you feel like you've gotten something out of having to continually adjust over the last year and a half?
Yeah, I mean, I think every game, even this game, is a learning opportunity. And when those guys do, when those backups do come in and they're actually starting that game, it's just an opportunity for, me and them to, grow during practice, grow during that week, and me being on the same page as them. So, of course, Mooney, Chase, and those guys, they haven't been able to run routes after practice, so I've been getting, extra routes with, the guys that, maybe didn't do it as much earlier in the year. So it's been good, just growing that relationship with them and trying to just be on the same page as them.
Just with Chase, obviously, the injury setback is not what ideal is. He's trying to build that connection. What have you done to try to develop that chemistry with him? And have you guys already talked about maybe like plans for the offseason in terms of what you two can accomplish?
No, not really. I think guys in here, we're focused on, today and this week. So we haven't really had any conversation about the offseason and stuff like that. But, how does he grow right now, when he's not able to, practice, is just, locking in mentally on, the meetings, our plays that we're installing that week, and, just paying attention to the details in every play, even the run game too, because that's a big part of our offense. So, just honing in on that and, just locking in mentally.
We know that winning is everything. But can you describe what you think the benefit would be getting a win over these last 2 weeks for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, it felt great. I know we're on a losing streak right now, but, I think, winning this week and winning the last week of the season, be great momentum going into the offseason. So, I think it's really just it just feel good, just, ending the game with the win because we're on a 8-game losing streak or something like that. But, just feeling good, just the amount of work we put in and just the attitude of everybody in the building. Just that, positive mindset and, going in to practice and to meeting room, just wanting to get better. So just the work that we put in during the week and, it paying off with the win, that definitely be huge for sure.
Justin, you guys we've all come long losing streaks before, but this locker room has not felt like they've lost 8 in a row. I mean, it feels like the energy is high. What has made that different this year?
I think our culture, like I've been saying all year, no matter what's happened the week before, everybody comes in with the same energy. The coaches do a great job, staying on us, staying on, the leaders of the team to, bring that energy every day in practice and just having that mindset, just getting better each and every day and, just approaching, each day differently and resetting after each day and just coming in and getting better that day.
What's your role in keeping the morale high? Because I don't know, a lot of times we see quarterbacks, some wear their emotions on their sleeve. They're smashing tablets or smashing their helmets when things don't go right. You seem very level-headed, and I feel like that probably rubs off on the rest of the locker room. Is that something you kind of are intentional about in how you approach it?
I feel like I've always been kind of level-headed like that, but it's never gonna go your way. It's never going to be perfect. So when you do hit that, adversity, or when you do hit that point in the game where, something went wrong, it's the only answer is to, just keep your head down, keep going and keep fighting and keep playing each play out and, keep going. You can't, worry about, what happened last game or, the last drive. You got to move on and just say F it and, go play.
Justin, to that point, last 2 games of a 3-12 season in the NFL could be really dreadful. Mm-hmm. But with the progress you've made and kind of the hope for the future, is your excitement or maybe anticipation, of a word, for these last 2 games any different or any more than normal? I'm saying, do you feel like there's something to play for and something for you to accomplish?
I mean, I feel like there's always something to play for, no matter if, we're 0-15 right now or 3-12 or, 12-3. My outlook on this game this weekend and today's practice is just getting better, growing and learning. So especially it's always good when we get to go up against a divisional opponent and, just playing them and kind of getting used to that, playing them, and the atmosphere this weekend should be a pretty good atmosphere. So I know the guys are excited for that. But, yeah, anytime you get to play a game, and it's just a learning opportunity and an opportunity for, you to, ball out and really just do what you love. So
you're not wore out, what I'm saying? You're not fighting that, are you, that mental fatigue or whatever?
No, I mean, I'm excited to go, and I'm blessed. So, I wouldn't, I'd really say I have the best job in the world, just getting to do what I love each and every day and, going and play a sport.
Saturday night to view Ohio State, you got to
I'm definitely going to be watching out for that game for sure. So, my family's, of course, split in half with that, Georgia, Ohio State, with my sister going to Georgia. But, yeah, I mean, that should be exciting, the game. And, I know the guys up in Ohio are, preparing hard for it, and they're the underdog right now. But, I'll be definitely rooting for those guys for sure.
Is there talk back and forth to you on that?
No, not really, because I would say she's in a tough place too. Because when I did transfer, she was rooting for me at Ohio State. So I don't know who she's necessarily going to be rooting for this game, but definitely should be a good game for sure.
Softball player, right?
Yeah, she's a softball player. Sure.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.